In the 13th century, the city of Multan underwent a transition so significant it became known to the world as the Baghdad of the East. This shift began with the lineage of Shah Kamaluddin Ali Shah, a man whose family tree traced directly back to the house of Hazrat Ali. Long before they arrived in the subcontinent, this family established its roots in Mecca, carrying a specific spiritual heritage across thousands of miles. When Abu Muhammad Bahauddin Zakariya was born in 566 AH, that heritage was met with intense discipline. By the age of 7, he had not only memorized the Quran, but mastered all 7 of its traditional styles of recitation. For a child born into such a lineage, this level of early scholarly mastery provided the necessary tools to eventually command a global audience. That trajectory faced a sudden interruption when he was 12. The death of his father, Sheikh Wajihuddin, left the young boy in a state of sudden poverty and social isolation. In the face of this loss, he stopped looking for security in the material world. He redirected his focus entirely towards his faith, replacing earthly stability with a total reliance on the divine. This transition from a comfortable childhood to a life of hardship effectively cut his ties to worldly ambition. By the time he reached adulthood, his focus was no longer on his own survival, but on his spiritual path. This search for depth led him far beyond Multan. He began a journey that took him first through the intellectual centers of Khorasan and the great libraries of Bukhara. These massive courtyards in Bukhara are a physical map of the academic world he navigated, moving through the highest circles of medieval Islamic scholarship. From there, he pushed into the heart of the Holy Lands, seeking out the oldest traditions of Medina and Jerusalem. Standing in sites like Jerusalem, he connected his theoretical studies with the physical history of the faith. His journey finally reached its peak in Baghdad. It was here that he met the man who would provide his final direction, Hazrat Shahabuddin Suhrawardi. After years of study and a formal pledge of allegiance, he was given a specific mandate. His master instructed him to return home and establish his mission in Multan. He had spent half a lifetime absorbing the wisdom of the entire Islamic world. Now he was returning to concentrate that knowledge into a single city. When he returned to Multan, the visible effect of decades of worship and fasting was apparent. Those who saw him described a visible light, or nur, that seemed to radiate from his presence. This presence was soon tested by the arrival of Sayyid Usman, a powerful figure who came to Multan seeking vengeance against the local religious establishment. Usman entered the meeting with a documented history of anger, yet Bahauddin Zakariya met him with a look of quiet compassion. Within moments, the visitor's hostility gave way to weeping. In that interaction, the scholar's calm managed to disarm an enraged man. Before Usman left, the saint gave him a new title, Lal Shah-Bahaz Qalandar. This tiled entrance at his shrine in Sindh still carries that name today, a physical record of the day his life took a new direction. This encounter demonstrated how a single moment of empathy can be more effective than a public debate in shifting the course of a man's heart. Beyond these events, his influence was codified into 4 specific pillars of thought that defined his teachings. First, he taught that by letting go of worldly greed for the sake of Allah, one actually gains peace in both lives. Second, he described divine love as a force that clears away everything that isn't essential. He also argued that religious law and inner truth are 2 sides of the same coin, and that a true guide is simply someone whose company naturally reminds you of the Creator. These principles became the backbone of the Suhrawardi order, making complex spiritual concepts practical for millions of people across the subcontinent. Hazrat Bahauddin Zakariya's life ended in December 1262 AD. In the centuries following his death, the order he established spread through Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, and into Bengal, carrying his teachings to every corner of the region. His shrine in Multan remains a central feature of the landscape, a blue and brick monument to the man who redefined the city's identity. He famously wrote that Multan was a place where travelers should tread gently, as it had become a city where angels themselves come to pray. He took the isolation of an orphaned boy and reshaped it into a city that, centuries later, still offers that same sense of refuge to those who enter it.